Hey, we want to play tribute to some of the businesses that support us. We're so grateful for their support. Bring that right up here. First of all, DB and Company. This is David Bass. Printing and marketing. He handles accounts for the biggest businesses in town and the smallest. He can do it all. His team can do it all. His website right there, dbandcompany.com. David Bass, great guy, and he can put your business on top. Express Car Wash, Cruise Through. Love these guys. I've got a black car. I can get my car washed every day. Only takes 5 minutes. You know where they are. Check into Cruise Through. Legal Shield, you've got all kinds of insurance, car insurance, health insurance, boat insurance. You need legal insurance, and just for pennies a day, these folks, whether it's a trivial matter or the biggest traumatic thing you've ever run into, you give them a call and they can help you. LegalShieldAssociates.com.
Yes, Don, and we want to thank our friends at Kern Construction and Electric Incorporated. Robert Miller, longtime resident of Bakersfield. Robert loves to remodel homes and businesses. He's a licensed contractor and electrician. He can be contacted at 661-322-5554. Thank you, Robert.
Tina, we really had a gazebo out at our place that just over the years kept going more and more like this, and brought Robert out. Now it's all straight and all
really?
firm. And so,
And you're happy?
Oh, we're happy.
Oh,
We're
I'm
happy
so
for
happy
you.
to hear that. Speaking of happy, Don, this drink makes me happy. This is Alibaba from Nature's Food Market and Juice Bar.
Love it.
Our dear friends Wendy and Chuck Noss, 2008th Street, right across from the Fox Theater. They would love to see you, and if you have any health questions, I'm sure they'd be happy to answer.
And Rockwell, our guest from Historic Trouts here in Bakersfield, our last remaining honky tonk, it just had his first Alibaba. So give us a testimonial here.
I'm loving this. This is great. I need to head right over there and get another one after I'm done here.
It's got a bite to it, doesn't it?
It sure does.
Yes.
This is great. And I saw you added a shot to yours.
Yes, I did.
Well, explain what the shot is.
We got Trouts involved. She's doing shots here at the Great Network.
Here. The shot is it's wheatgrass with lemon juice and ginger juice. And it's really good. It helps to cleanse the body, give you energy. Really exciting. And Chuck and Wendy can tell you more about it. But I really love what it does to my body. So you will too.
And shots over at Trout are a little different.
Oh, yes, yes,
They'll,
yes.
they'll do things to your body as well. So.
That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard.
Well, listen,
Welcome
you
back.
just ticked off all the things that you and I know you put out a challenge. If there's any other thing like yours, any other institution like yours that's doing more, you'd like to hear about it.
I
'cause
would.
You think you're on top.
Well, no. You know, I realize that there's people out there I can learn from. So if there's people doing more or different things, I've got the open door policy. Reach out to me. I have no background in this business besides my 15 years in it now. And every day I realize I know nothing. And I wish there was more people, former club owners in Kern County, venue owners, that have been in the club business for the last 15 years, that are still in business, that I could consult with to see how they're adapting and acclimating. I don't know of any. I mean, I think the next oldest live music venue that's consistent might be, so we're 84, and the next one I think is the Crystal Palace, which is one of the biggest blessings to come to Kern County.
Yes.
Right.
It really is. So we both offer unique things, and we both offer similar things, but it's great for tourism and trade to come out here. And we're not all about country. I mean, the Bakersfield Sound, for me, and you talk about ticking off, for me, there's so many things to offer in the Bakersfield Sounds. We have great rock, we have great cumbia bands, we have mariachi, we have country, we have rock, we have so many things. We have the Kern River Blue Society. You asked me to touch on some of the events. The Kern River Blue Society is a nonprofit founded over at Trout's. It's a 501c3, I think, one of those statuses there. And they meet the second and third Saturday every month from 2 p.m. till about 8 o'clock. And it's great for these musicians and artists and even rockers to come in and migrate, cross-contaminate their talents and their friendship, build bands, and express their passion through music. This Sunday, right after Relay for Life, great weekend for this.
Ooh.
So the very next day, on Sunday, after we're done, my band, the Blackboard Playboys, we're performing up at the Pixley event to raise money for musicians all over the valley. We're going to have dueling pianos, and we have them every few months, and it's Dueling Pianos Anywhere. That's their name on the internet. These guys are absolutely phenomenal. And that's going to start at 5 o'clock. It's $10 unless you are one of the bands or volunteers for any of the Relay for Life events anywhere. You and your significant other are able to come in there for free and enjoy it. It's a way to kind of pay back out there. This last Sunday, we had a kind of a little rock and roll thing here. At 5 o'clock, we had a band called Penny Royalties that came out and did a rock and roll show, and everybody got in free who brought in canned foods, because I thought, so many artists are playing for free. It's hard enough to do this, but we started a little pantry here for the artists and their families as they go through some challenging times. Go ahead and fire away with your question.
Rockwell, the very fact that you had no background in this business, you just came in cold, and here's something you just took over. In a sense, you didn't know what could not be done. So you just went ahead and did it.
Absolutely. You know, what are the needs of the community? And then, you know, how can I inspire some more people to get jobs as full-time critics? Well, I certainly do that. There's 200 people saying, he thinks he's doing all that. Well, my calendar might be a little bit busier than some of the other critics. I'm also the crew chief for the team, the RAM, Race Across America. Joe Peterson's got a great team out there. It's a Make-A-Wish, and it's also involved in the Kern Wheelman. It's a phenomenal crew. It's a 4-man crew. Average age is 50. So in June, we're going on the road for, I think, 6-7 days. These guys have set records. It's phenomenal. They've got a fundraiser going on a weekend from this weekend. I think it's the 8th and 9th. It's Friday and Saturday over at the Sports Authority. So get on over there and support that. They're doing a $10 barbecue dinner. So Trout's and any business has the ability to reach out far and above their doors. Even Mr. Bass over there at D&B Printing, he wrote me, after you told me about him, he wrote me back on Facebook. Cruise Through I do business with. Emporium Western Store is a place that helps all of our events go forward, and same with Friendly Firearms. We can work together. It's not about what's just in our sphere of our little closet. We need to get out there and work together and build our community.
What an exciting guy.
Yes. Yeah, that's why we had him on.
Tell us about, now there are a lot of things you were talking about that's
Sure.
coming up. How does a person find out about that? Is that on your website or anything?
Facebook has been great
Your
for us.
Facebook,
You know, everybody
okay.
has their opinion and their world, their sphere that they actually focus on. We love communicating with Samantha and formerly Estella of Bakersfield, California, and for I Street. That's a good place to go and look at all the live music venues and
Okay.
stuff. But get on Facebook. You can go to Thomas Rockwell, pull me up. It's the picture of the poor white guy pushing a shopping cart full of top ramen out there. Or you can go to Rockwell's Trouts and the Blackboard Stages. And you can also note this down. Just email us. And email us from around the world today. Just let me know that you've seen the show, that you appreciate us valuing passion for music. The Rockwell Opry. It's a simple one. The Rockwell Opry, O-P-R-Y, at yahoo.com. Reach us. Let us know what we can do in Kern County and other towns. I'm also one of your hosts on True Country, which is on 626 cable networks, DirecTV and Dish across the world.
How did it get to be just Rockwell? I mean, when people introduce you, even in the most fine venues, it's here's Rockwell.
Well, you know, I had an ability to make a choice one day, and I picked that number one name, which was Don Clark, and it was already taken. It was taken. So you know, we pick our paths, and I was named after 2 uncles, and I wish them the very best, and I pray for them a lot. I have a different road that I've simply chosen, you know, and it's just my last name. It's it, and I'm the one that, as people are those critics, after we've had the real estate boom and the crash and this and that and the other, at least they can still blame somebody for something, and I'm still at that same address doing for the community. I'm not doing it perfect, but I'm here.
Right.
Don, I like to think of his name as Rockwell. He rocks
Oh, my
well.
goodness.
That's
Oh,
good.
my goodness.
He rocks
That's good. That's good.
Don't let Scott Cox hear that, because he's never going to let that
he
one
rocks
go.
well.
Here, you know, you're such a visionary, and I know that, and you're so immersed in so much already. But I'll bet you've got a vision on beyond this. And what is it? Where do you
Yes.
see all
Oh.
of this kind of funneling and going?
Well, you know, some great direction here, and with some great support from people. And I need more. I really need some underwriting. I need some banking. And what's good is we're equity rich on real estate. So if somebody in Kern County sees this great show, reach me,
Yes, yes.
because you really have an opportunity to get involved and help us move forward on something that's very special.
What do you need specifically?
We need funds. We need
but how
funds.
much? What do
we
you-
need, you know, $100,000 would be great. If a
Okay.
few people simply got together at 10 to 20, that would be wonderful. We've actually, within our sphere, have purchased 3 television broadcast systems, TriCaster broadcast units. We have robotic camera systems. For years, we've been producing for local artists free music videos. We have the technology, so this is phenomenal. We're building new bathrooms. Our new offices for TV production will be built into the whole sphere of our building and such. We need help to bridge businesses. It's not all just about music. You know, these people have day jobs too. And with all the changes in media and print, you know, I heard John Wells talk about how, you know, had 14 publications or phone books a few years ago after the real estate boom and crash. A lot of things have changed. I look at that as an opportunity to get in there, get your hands dirty, roll your sleeves up and make a difference. Because businesses like this and the entrepreneurial spirit between you and your families, that's inspiring to us to go forward and help make those differences. It doesn't have to be all about the money. Make those choices to use your resources. Storing them is just a waste. You need to make them effective.
So as if I hear this correctly, Rockwell, you are using your resources as a launching pad for others to succeed.
Absolutely, just as you two are. You're bringing
Yes,
wonderful guests
I was
in.
going to say.
Yes, and it's so inspiring to be here and to meet with you and the connections you guys have with Jackie Sullivan and Robert Miller, all the different people you've influenced. We really don't realize how much we've inspired other people to make the choices to do better in our community. And special thanks going out to these wonderful churches out here. So, you know, Christian Life Assemblies up in Tehachapi's or Valley Baptist, Valley Bible, Canyon Hills. It's amazing to see them, church leaders, stepping up to inspire people to get out of their comfort zone and make choices that can help support our leaders that we need as constituents to make a better community and revamp systems. We have the power to do this as Americans.
I actually heard one global Christian leader who's in cities all over the world, travels the world constantly, was talking about Bakersfield, and he said, you know, you can't be in Bakersfield 10 minutes talking to a fellow Christian that they're not praising someone else's work. Wow, have you heard what's going on at St. Francis? It's just, hey, how about First Methodist? He said, do you realize how rare that is in Christendom? That you don't get this competition
Camaraderie.
and turf consciousness to the same extent that sometimes you get elsewhere. So
It's almost like watching that Christmas movie and Macy's comes up. Was that? I'm terrible at names of movies, but Macy's was referring people to other businesses.
right.
Open our hearts.
If I had a chance to change your name, I'd change Rockwell. I'd change Thomas to Solomon.
Okay.
wisdom.
Yes.
I'm just blessed to be talked about.
So
Okay, Tina.
we are about to take a break. Chris, can you put his info on the screen?
One more time.
Please. Thank you so much. If
There
you'd
it
like
is.
to contact him, it's Thomas Rockwell, Facebook.com, Rockwell Apr, or you can text him at 661-565-3030.
Sounds great.
You know, one last thing before we go. I was just watching the movie Lawrence of Arabia, and he's come back from taking over whatever they took over, and General Allenby walks him out into the patio, and he says, well, what do you need? And he said, money. And he goes, right. And he said, rifles, right. Artillery, right. More money, right. And he says, Lawrence, I'm going to give you everything you've asked for because I know you will put it to maximum use. And I'm saying if anybody out there has got that $100,000 and it went to Rockwell, absolutely, we know he would put it to maximum use,
Yes,
to
absolutely.
multiply it and send others to succeed. So let's hope we've
Yes.
got that financial angel out there that'll step forward.
Well, God bless you
Rockwell.
both, and thank you for the platform.
Oh,
Thanks for
you're
all you
so
do.
welcome. You're welcome anytime.
All right.
Back in a minute.